Hello, guys and gals, and welcome back for a little chat with the world's most average Showdown hunter. Today, I'm bringing you a video of am I actually good at this game? Now, I show a lot of videos where I make a lot of mistakes, and I sometimes don't even make it through it at the end. So, I did have a match recently to showcase if I'm actually good or not, and you guys can be the judge. Now, there is nothing special about this. I'm not trying to come across as am I super good or anything like that. I just had a really good match, and I have times where I lose all the time, and I'd like to show one where I actually did some things right and some positives came of it. With that being said, we are in a firefight right now with three others, as we can see, and our first mistake is not from me, but from that hunter. As you saw, there was an emulator chasing him, and I was able to shoot it and trigger the emulator to start burning him. A quick fix for that could be running further into cover or running away, because since I was able to hit him, I was able to trigger it, and if he would have got away, then I wouldn't have been able to do that. So rotating in cover is always the name of the game. The next mistake is of course by me shooting an emulator when I'm that close. Now, I did not mean to do this. I meant to pull out my brass knuckles and attack him, so the quick fix to this is using brass knuckles. We all know it. We all know the name of the game, and to do that, I truly did not mean to do that, but you know what? When that happens to you, it happens to you. So a small fix that you could do, if you see the charcoal health right here, comes back very slowly. But if you were to find any form of water, that would be able to take that away. If you get that wet mechanic, that helps take that away faster. So if you are close to water or there is a water bottle around, you can use that to help kind of speed that up. If you're curious why the emulator didn't get me, I do have Shadow on right now, and just another reason why it is a great perk, because it helped me to not get into a bad position there. So a possible mistake here of me is trying to go through right here. If that choke bomb was a little better, it would have gave away my position. I'm lucky enough that I squeaked right by, but you know, there is the water bottle I was talking about earlier. I could use that to take charcoal, but I'm kind of man on a mission right now, and I don't want to take the time to pick it up and throw it down, even though it's only 3 seconds. I very much am in the heat of battle, and I want to help my team. I'm locked in right now. I see him. I knew he was like getting around, so I'm able to take him out. So we were able to get that same person down twice. So we know if they get rezzed, they will only have possibly not a lot of health left. Now, I do know that there are still two other people, and we saw one guy there, and he did a little peek. I don't know if you saw that, but remember that for later. So my next mistake here is I just threw that without looking where it would land. So I kind of just wasted it, and I kind of just now it's covered. I can't see anything, and I just gave the guy free cover. So a fix is don't throw something unless you know you're gonna get in a good position. So here's that guy doing the same thing earlier, a little peek walking. If I would have been better at my shot, I could have easily took him out there. So a fix for that is don't do that little peek walk. It is not a good tactic. Out here in the open, it's good to do that in buildings and compounds, but out in the open like this, there's not a real benefit to peak walking like that. If anything, people way better than me, that would have been a headshot right there. He was moving so slowly. It was a very easy shot. I'm just average at this game, as I state all the time. Any other player better than me would have been able to headshot easily right there. So don't do those peak walking, and just remember it for later. So I'm trying to rotate some. They've seen me up there. They know I'm up there, and I just don't want to get hit for staying in the same spot. As you know, rotating is the name of the game and gives you just a better view of stuff, as I'm able to maybe sneak around, and I'm throwing my dynamite maybe in a better position because I had seen them over here with my dark sense boost, and I'm going to keep rotating to see, and I'm looking, and I do happen to see a guy, and I did one of the biggest mistakes of all. Look at, he got me locked and loaded. I did the dreaded re-peek. If you see a guy and you go in and you come back out, that's a re-peek. Don't do that. It's not good for you. As I'm re-peeking again, I did not learn my lesson. I almost get downed, and I am testing it again. So this was just asking to get down, and I don't even take my own lessons. So let this be a lesson to you guys. Don't do the dreaded re-peek like me. So we do know that there are still 2 hunters left, as my team is over by the 3rd downed one, and we are still continuing to look for them. Luckily, my teammates have found one of them, so I am rotating back to try to help them. And I am going to try to go over to the train to get cover and see if I can see him. Once again, a better player than me would be able to hit those shots. I am not, so I am going to get closer. And I'm making my movement, and I'm trying to get in position to make sure I even have livering where I can use that. And of course, he does it again. This was the 3rd time I caught him doing this, and I was finally able to capitalize on it. So once again, a fix to that is please do not do that crouch walk. It will not work out in the open. Strictly just for the building. Now here is another quick little fix. If you are in a bad position, you can peek through these tiny places. I would have loved to get a shot to show you a hit marker, but there are so many little spots that you can shoot through that you really need to learn, as it will give you cover where you can still hit shots for other hunters. That is also another great technique that people use, and just look out for those spots. Another mistake here is I believe we just weren't too aggressive. It is a 3 versus 1 right now, and you don't want to be too slow where the one can either revive, and look at, they got a very good spot. I was out in the open and they had cover. That was a phenomenal spot for him. And if you watch this guy, he is very good. His movement, he's already there again. He's rotating so quickly. That's why we haven't been able to get this guy yet. He's just constantly moving. We can just not pin him down to one spot. And I really have to commend this guy for his movement. Because of that, it took us so long. And so finally, I think as I stated before, our biggest mistake was we weren't aggressive enough. We weren't moving in. We were too nervous that this one guy would take all 3 of us out. So finally with that, I know he's there. I go in, I rush in. I didn't want him to get away from us anymore. And with that, we were able to take out this team, get one of my favorite perks, and we were able to finish this battle. So, thank you guys for watching this video. If you see any more mistakes that I did, please put them down in the comments. Y'all be safe, enjoy your time, and hope to run into you guys in the bayou.